You ever like flossing and you feel like something's there and it's not there because you flossed 3 times, but you know it's there. I haven't. Hey everybody. Oh yeah, I'm supposed to tell people I'm doing this. That's how it works. Let's see. Are you streaming tonight? No. I will post self promo. I decided to shut down the Discord because, I mean, fucking. You know. It's like, what was I saying just now? Oh yeah, flossing. Can I? Oh, I gotta turn the. Gotta turn on the space heater. Outer space is cold. Oh, I can't post in this server. I'll post here. I can't post here. Oh yes. Oh, hold on. My volume is all off, and like, this is half volume, by the way. Can you hear that? It's loud as hell. I can't. I have one speaker. It's facing me. I got like a new setup here. Okay, things are kind of messy. All right, things are a little bejumbled. I don't know if this is good or bad sound wise. We're just gonna have to go with it. But let's get to the actual part of the thing. As you all want to see. All right. Whoops. What the fuck? Oh god, my chair. My chair's lumbar support. It's all fucky. All right. What? 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 I don't. What the fuck is going on? I think my computer's having some issues. I may be having a little trouble. Oh, good. Can I just share my screen? Okay, well that's weird. Whoa. We'll program like this today. It's just super compressed. What is this? Okay. Lita Avayel. I don't know what these things are. I don't know what the fuck I have. What the fuck is going on? I don't know. I remember doing this only now after it's legitimately I've forgotten because I did this like weeks ago. Just put little fun little surprises. Okay. Let's go. All right. So where do I begin? Maybe I'll hold on a minute. Let me That's so funny to me. Yeah, so there's a game jam going on. Games for blind gamers. And I think this is the third time I've done this. Or maybe it's just the second. I know I did one last year. Last year I did some voice acting for no, that's a feed. What am I? Oh, submissions. I did a little voice acting and writing for where is it? Oh, this one, Necromancer Nonsense. And I think the year before I did one. Let me think here. Where is it? Is it here? Maybe it's not here. You know what? Maybe I've only done this 1 year. But anyway, we're in the 5th year now. And yeah. So yes, so the trick of this, of course, is that most games are very visual, and you know you got to focus on trying to make a game that is, you know, I think like a lot of the visual cues that are part of game language, you have to make audio cues. But there's a number of people, a handful of people on the team I'm on, that are blind, or they've done consulting for accessibility games, or both. So it's actually, you know, it's pretty cool that it's like, oh yeah, like we got like a bunch of artists, we have sound people, we have a lot of programmers, we have like a large team. This is the largest team I've ever, I think, been with on a game jam. So I'm excited. But yeah, they said it was cool if I streamed some of the stuff that I do. Oh boy, words. Oh hey, fun fact. I am like down 4 pounds. I know it's not much, but it's good. Also, I have like 1,000 calories left for my daily intake. I'm gonna get like a fucking milkshake or some stupid shit. Actually, I should double check on that one. But like, yeah. It's not a craving if you know you can afford it. It's still a craving. That's a lie. Anyway, yeah. So right now I'm working on some inventory UI. What am I responsible for? Inventory, crafting, and the UI. At least mechanically making it. I'm not going to be making the art for the game because we want this game to look nice. That was a little needless. But we do have some really good artists working. So, yeah. So the point of this game is that it's a big what do you call it? Reference. Yeah, a reference. A big reference is don't starve. I almost said don't survive. Don't survive. Don't starve. And it's that's kind of the major influence of it. So you're supposed to go around a little area and, you know, collect resources. It's definitely going to be a lot more peaceful. We're not going to have enemies. We're probably not going to have enemies because that means creating AI and state machines and all that. And this game already has a challenge because not only are we making a game in a month, we're making a multiplayer game, so that's always fun. Anyway, sorry, I'm like so deeply uncomfortable. My chair is wrong. Oh God, I don't know what it is. It feels like someone messed with my chair. I live alone though. What was it? My cat? You know, like who could have done this? No one would have done this. The Joker's been fucking with my chair. Yeah. So I'm poking around here. Now I think there's some. I feel like there was some issues yesterday. Aha! See? Look at this. We get like some kind of weird problem here. Yeah, some kind of index problem. Now it's upset and it's like, I don't know what you want. Yeah, index out of bounds. So, okay, I'm using the item list, which is one of Godot's things. It's the UI element that Godot uses. I don't know if I'll stick with it. It feels kind of shitty. But you know, we'll see. Maybe it's adequate. I don't have any art assets yet. Are we just testing to see like if we add stuff and remove it, does it keep track? Which clearly it's having some issues. And yeah, one of the I think issues is the fact that you add stuff, everything's done by index, which sucks because it's like it's a dictionary for one. So well, it's I don't want to say it's a dictionary, but like I feel like the item list should be. I suppose it doesn't have to be. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, yeah, I was just kind of wondering, all right, maybe we actually, this is a good question. Because right now I'm kind of making this to follow the function of something that can stack the same item in one category slot. There's no limit right now, though I think eventually you would have a limit. And if you did have a limit, I don't know. That would change how this worked. Well, let's just focus on getting something working. So I keep track of the index of all these items through a dictionary. So you pass in the item you're supposed to get. You're supposed to get the index. If we don't have the item in our dictionary, then we add the item to our list. This add item should return that index that it was added at. And then whoop, we store that here. If the value that we're passing here is 0, we remove it from our dictionary. No. Yeah, this is called the set the value. That's right. So if it's set at 0, it shouldn't exist. We remove it from the list. We wipe it from our dictionary. And then if we have the item and the value is probably greater than 0, or we should specify just to make sure. Whoa. Anyway, if it's greater than 0, then we're going to oh yeah, we're not going to do anything. We're just going to set the new value, which should be done here. I don't know what happens for it to get all wonky. This chair is bad. This chair is bad. Oh, and I got to move stuff. Just hang with me. Okay, this is better? Better? I don't know. This chair costs a pretty penny, and it's annoying that it sucks so much, that it's such a shitty fucking chair. It's not even, I can't even sit in this fucking thing. Just some overpriced bullshit. Lumbar support my ass. How are people relaxed? I haven't been relaxed in 40 years. Whatever. Anyway, we gotta add shit and remove it. Do. I don't even know what I'm exactly looking for or how exactly to replicate my issue. If I create one of each and then remove a stone, let's say add a stick, and then add a stone, and then remove a stick, and then add a stick, then add bark. See, it changed. And it's like, what the hell happened? It turns back to stone. I don't know what the fuck's happening, but we're gonna figure it out. Should be adding the types here. Sorry, I apologize. So if I had stone, go on. Yes. Items. We've got different kinds of item and items. The item is this one. This one is stone. Yeah. And we're adding 1. Okay. And then we emit the signal. And this should include the amount. The item. Yeah. The item dictionary's got... Okay. Don't let me look at it. It's got stone. So this is stone. Uh-huh. Yeah. Wait a minute. There should be an index. So they're both 3. So we add bark. Uh-huh. Really? Kernel. That's interesting. So what the fuck happened here? This should be 2. Why is it? Add item. I wonder. Kernel. I think I know what's going on. So we yeah. All right, we add some sticks, we add some stones, we add some bark. We can remove all these. But let's say we remove our stick. What are the indices of these? Well, first of all, I don't know why it creates a blank one. That's fucked. But this should be 1 and... Or, well, this should be 2 and 3, yeah? But watch what happens when we add another stick. And now we've got... Our... Wait, what? Our indexes are confused. I'm confused. Yeah. 2, 3, and 3. Yeah, like what the hell's going on? Uh-huh. Oh, okay. Oh, this is stuck now. That's great. I think the fact that when we remove... We're adding an item to... Oh my gosh. So when I remove an item, do I have to Oh, I gotta refocus all the indices. That sucks. I mean, I could just reset them all. It seems stupid, but... So we'll go through the dictionary, all the keys, and for each one, we'll say item dictionary, item. What's the new index? Item list. Get. Is it find? Hold on a minute. Let's. Add item. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. Get item at position, which no. What? What? No. I. Max columns. The name's Max. Yep. This chair sucks. No, I hate it. I hate this chair. Fucking nice ass chair. My ass. Lumbar support. 1,000 adjustable. Like, what? What am I supposed to do with this fucking thing? It's also got that thing where you adjust it. Oh. Can't do it too much. Yeah, can't do it too much. I feel like an idiot. I feel like a fool. I feel like a fool in this damn chair. I don't. Okay, yeah. So great. I can basically give an index to everything. I hate this UI. I think it sucks. I can figure this out. All right. I don't want none of this. Fuck this. We're gonna go through the values instead. And we're just gonna say if the index. Hold on a minute. Yeah, and that's that chair that's really making my back uncomfortable. And I want to be the first to point out that's bad. That's really bad. Yeah. Yeah. And if I sit, yeah, okay. This is good. This is an ideal chair. Cool. So part of it digs into the mesh, and that's not supposed to happen, but it was designed like this. So nice job, whoever made this chair. I can't fucking sit straight in my own house. Some rat bastard has destroyed my chair. What am I doing? If the item index is if it's less than, if it's equal to, it's gone. But if the item index is less than the Index. Starting to feel like Matthew McConaughey. If the item index is less than the index, no, it's greater than. No. The item index is the item has been removed. Why do we call it removed indexed? Removed index. Remove index. Removed index. Is less than the index. It won't equal it because it's been removed. It's been destroyed. If it's less than, I'm going to shift the current index down. And we can do that because we don't know what the fuck we're doing. I gotta access you. Item dictionary key. Wowie, cool. Yes, then the item dictionary at this index is reduced by 1. Now that not reset, shift higher indices. Okay, I think that will take care of it. Also, what, like, why, you know? Whatever. Remove the stone and then add stone. But look at this. Now we're keeping track and we're removing stuff when we want to. We're going to remove the bark. And the important thing is that when we add stuff, it stays. It doesn't, we're not getting weird index problems. Okay, good. Feels like we could probably make a much bigger inventory. So I'm just gonna go in here. 4 for max columns. Also, what's happening that it gets added? So there's nothing here, yeah? Add stick, 2 columns immediately. Let's figure out why. Uh-huh. Yep. Uh-huh. Yeah. It doesn't have anything, so we've added it. There you go. But why? If we remove the stick, what? Did I? Oh. Oh, shit. Oh, did this freeze? Shouldn't have. Oh, hello. Look at that. Our little guy. I love the little animation. I haven't seen this part of the game yet. They didn't allow me. Nuts. What am I doing right now? Oh, yeah. You. Why does this have one? Items. It's not supposed to. Is it? Oh. Oh. My boy. There it is. This piece is what all true warriors strive for. All right. Cool. Good. Oh, yikes. Why is it? What the fuck? I told it to be like, I love how I'm like, hey, can you make this, hey, can you make this thing 4 columns wide? Uh-huh. And then give them the same width? Yeah. Yeah. But don't fill up, you know, the entire space. Auto width. Resize the width to fit its content. Yes. Yes. I have no idea. I've never dealt with this thing. Okay, cool. So it didn't do shit. I'm not gonna check these if I don't know what the hell they're doing. I could just say yeah, but like icon mode top. Yeah, okay. Okay. Huh. What the fuck? Sorry. Sorry, my cat's doing something, and I thought someone was trying to open the door of my apartment. I was like, yo, that's not. It ain't Christmas. You ain't Santa. You know what I'm saying? Like, cool. So the sizing didn't work, and I don't know if that's because I don't have icons yet or what. But I'd call the inventory. Whoa! I'd call the inventory a success for now. It's adequate. You know, we've got our inventory system that's just a node where we keep track of it. And I have it separate from our UI because the UI is just for interacting with it. Mind you, all these buttons are, of course, just part of the UI testing. This is the inventory UI itself. And I'm going to make it take up half the screen. And I'm thinking we do the crafting on the other half, even though I haven't asked anybody else what they think about this. I should probably let the other people know about my idea. Yeah, that's typically good to tell people, hey, by the way, I have an idea. There's no direction or specifics on the UI just yet, which is always the tricky thing. What the? This is the music channel. I don't understand anything happening. So, wizards, magic. I know I said I'd do programming and then I'd stream. And it's only been 40 minutes. But here's the thing, chat. I am so tired. So if you're new, let me catch you up to speed. I am divorced. And I I got a new job and I'm living I got my own place now. And you know, it's been good. It's certainly been good. I am much healthier and happier than I've been in a long time. That being said, I am still tired. 'Cause I'm doing a lot of healing and it gets exhausting. Not necessarily that, sometimes just taking care of yourself. So I'm going to take a short break and I'm going to work on the crafting system, and I don't want to push it too late tonight. It's already kind of late. I know it's like 9:30, but I ought to be going to bed because I got to get up early because I'm a functioning adult. And I'm going to be responsible, and I got to take care of myself. Which is totally a good thing to do. But in the meantime, I'm going to, I have, no snacks. God damn. I need snacks. All right, my cat is crying for me. I'm going to go check on my cat because I'm a good parent. Hold on. All right, be right back. Want to know what it's like having ADHD? I'll make some cocoa, I said, yeah?
So I get out the milk and I get out the cocoa and I got a little chocolate because I got to add chocolate to your cocoa. And then I put the milk in the microwave and then I heat it up for 2 minutes and 30 seconds. And then I remember that the drawer that had the vegetables in, one of the cucumbers was moldy. When it starts to bloom, you know it spells doom. So you got to empty out all the vegetables. But then I thought I got to clear out the drawer because I don't want the leftover spores to infect the next round of vegetables that I put back in the drawer. So now I got to get out the drawer and then I got to get out a hot rag. And then I get the rag and I put it in sterile water. And then I get the sterile water into the drawer. And then I pull the drawer out. And then I can pull the whole drawer out. And then I put the whole drawer into the sink because why the fuck not? And then I have the whole thing rinsed. And then I got to flip it, and then I got to put it on the counter, and then where I put the fucking green onions and the fucking lemon, where I rinse that shit out, because that shit is hopefully still good. And I got that fucking on the drying rack with the fucking little bin. And then I take the hot towel and the hot rag, and then I got to wipe down the whole counter and the surface, because it's really dirty, and it's been getting dirty. And even though I try to clean it once a week, it's still just dirty. So I clean it out with sterile water and a hot rag, and I wipe down the whole counter. And then I throw that away in the laundry and I get a new towel and I put that there before I forget how to do it because it's nice to have everything nice and organized. And then I take out the milk and then I take out the skimmer and then I get the little skin off the milk and then I wash that in the sink. And then I put the cocoa in the mix and the powder. And then I pump, and then a little chocolate bits. And then I mix the whole thing up. And now I got chocolate on the counter. So now I got to use my last paper towel to clean up the fucking counter that I already just sterilized. And I got to throw away that paper towel. And then I got the rest of this. And I'm doing this always singing the same 2 fucking lines of Beauty and the Beast, but both a little scared, neither one prepared. And I'm just doing that like this, but I just sang that line and another one over and over again for the last 5 minutes. Anyway, if you're feeling exhausted, welcome to my entire existence. It doesn't stop until your body just shuts down. So anyway, we're gonna do a little more programming today. I'm sorry. That was probably very overwhelming for some of you, and yes, that's correct. Yes. I tried to organize these into their own folder, but now the UI. I feel like the UI is gonna lead their own folders than this stuff, but you know, you do what you can. All right, the inventory is done, and I'm going to AKA PS Score 06. Thanks, PowerShell. I love you. This is for Game Jam Feb 2026, which is where the project is stored. Git, add, all, git, commit, fixed inventory bugs. Git, push, or actually, yeah. Init, Incroft, and GUI. All right. So yeah, for crafting, I just have you have a craftable you want, and then you got the items, yeah, and then you just say, hey, can I make this? And then we just go through and say, hey, if you don't have this item, then you can't make it because you're missing one of the items. If you do have the item, we're gonna check to see if the number of items that you have, I'm sorry. Yeah, if the number of items you have is less than the number of craftable, so this is like what this requires. So if you have less, it's going to also return false. If you get through this, that means that each craftable thing both exists in your items, which is just going to be your inventory, and there is enough to craft it, so we return true. And I think that bit of reverse logic is going to be functional, but we're about to find out. We're going to learn the hard way. Crafting UI? Sure. Sure.
in the game. And there you go. This will also, first things first, mouse ignore so we can pass the mouse through. And then we're going to have a, how do I do the inventory? Margin container. But the margin container is only half. Yeah, that's right. Half and half. Totally just an idea I have. And hopefully we'll have some art to replace some of this because it's, yeah, it's functional, you know. It's functional. It's not great, but it's the beginning of something wonderful. Halfway. And we're going to add a color rectangle. I'm going to make this blue because God told me to in a letter. Kind of dark, maybe a bit muted. Sure. Why, you ask? Well, I'm colorblind, that's why. So yeah, there we go. And once again, referring to the inventory label. The mic is blocking the screen. It's not. I gotta move my monitor and other shit around. Unfortunately, moving my monitor by myself it's kind of a two-person job, and I am a one-person person. So, yeah. So I can't read like any of this because the mic arm is in the way. But if I move it, I mean, is this fine? Because now it probably sounds weird. Do you sound fine? I have no fucking. You know what? No one. We're not like here to win an award. Sound design's somebody else's job anyway. That's a different person on the team. Hold on a minute, I gotta play more music. This one's got a helicopter in it. This one looks cool. Yeah. Okay. All right. Also, my mouth is dry. Oh. I'm gonna copy this label. Actually, and just there we go. You will be here. Crafting. I wonder if that font still works. It kind of does. Kind of better than this, really. In fact, now I think about it, I bet we could turn down the value of this. Yeah, like a deeper green. In fact, why don't we turn down this? And then we can take this. And this has a color of some kind, right? Right. Yes, it does. Let's take. Let me think here. I just heard like a noise in my kitchen. It's probably my cat. I hope it's my cat. I don't know what else it would be, and the thought is terrifying. So, hey, if anybody's there to murder me, I'm done up. All right, I'm fully done tonight. Just in case. You never know who it could be. All right, so we'll do that, and now the inventory is lighter. And that's a good thing. You know, so they say. No, I don't want the item list. I want, what do I want? I want like a texture rect. Yeah. So here's how this one's going to break down. I'm thinking of a number between 1 and 10. We're gonna put 2 of these, or should it just be 2? That's actually a good question. Is how is the crafting gonna work? I figured it would just be. Alright, so we have like a left input and we have a right input, yeah? We probably want to do something simple. We're already doing quite a bit. So the right input, that's the output. Actually, there's a way of doing this. Yikes. We'll set it at minimal size. And I don't know if this is a good minimum. I'm just trying to make sure it all, evens out. And then the output, we'll give it the same min. And we're going to set this down to here, but now we've got like a box. And is it shift? Yeah, shift makes it move a little faster. Okay, so we'll set it down here. And left and right, we're not going to anchor you. We're going to set you here. And then we're going to move you here. And the left input will now know what the right input is doing. Yeah. I think that's like even. It's hard to tell when you can't see anything. Well, whatever. They should be evenly spaced. And then there's the output. And then we're going to have a button. We don't have to, but we probably should. And if we should, that probably means we have to have a button called craft. Craft. You need to be larger, but not that large. That's fine. Yep, that's good. We'll make it longer. And where's the output at? Okay. God, I need it. Okay. So how's this going to work here? Okay, so here's how we're going to do this. We're going to when we click the button, we don't have a function. Here you go. Crafting UI. Always put UI when it's UI because we have a crafter. We got, well, whatever. There's inventory and inventory UI. Hey, it's 10 p.m. It's my supposed bedtime. Okay. I don't know if we'll interact with the output. Probably not, because it's supposed to just go into our inventory. And these are going to read from our inventory as well. Are they? Or are we going to feed it? I actually don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I think what I need to do... So the output might be from a list you can select. And then the inputs are stuff you can, like, add. That's actually a good question for maybe the brainstorming. Wow, I just like doxed myself. All right, well, just cut that out of the VOD. Just fucking... God, this is why I wanted to do the fucking window capture. I'm telling you, man, this fucking thing sucks. Look at that. I mean, what the hell is going on? Yeah, there's PowerShell. The fuck? Is that it? Is that like worse? Now that I'm looking at the quality, I think it might be the same. Still, that might be fine. Why is it like weird? Huh. Don't I have like a banner? I thought I had like a... Yeah. Should probably have that. My brand. All right, whatever. Now I can actually have Discord open and it's not open. Right? Yeah? Okay. Okay, UI-wise, what would be good at UX for crafting? When the player opens up the crafting menu, how should they interact with it? And how will crafting work? I have a few ideas, but I think we should all have some input because this is a core system of the game. Here's my first idea. Let's see. Player opens menu. Player. Let's see. I'll just... Whoa, what the fuck? Oh, I didn't know you could zoom in like that on Discord. I'll write a user story below. Yeah. Player selects desired output. Game checks player's inventory for required inputs. If player has sufficient inputs by type and count, the craft button is enabled. Player selects craft. Crafting menu re-evaluates player input for additional crafting. Let's see. Opens menu, selects the desired output. Game checks player inventory for required inputs. Listing those inputs. In the correct and their required count in the crafting menu automatically. Game automatically checks, player sufficient inputs. The craft button is enabled. Player selects craft. Crafting menu. Game automatically reevaluates player crafting requirements. Alright, so I'll post that. And then I'll post that. Okay. Alright, I wrote some notes and stuff, and we'll see. But, yeah, I figured everyone... It's especially because, again, this is an accessible game for people who are blind. So, you know, you think about, like, all the crafting systems that you might normally have, like a drag and drop, but, like, if you're blind, it's going to be a bit of a pain in the ass to use your mouse to click and drag and drop into the right bin and box. So you got to find, like, you know, it's like the controls are going to be different. And then the way your controls are different, obviously there's like an ideal way of, there's like an ideal flow, right? Because you don't want to just say, okay, we'll just change up the controls but keep the crafting the same. That's lazy. That's like having the world of software at your fingertips and going, well, we used to use spreadsheets on paper, and now we'll just do the same thing we used to do, except we'll do on the computer. And it's like, you can write code. You can do things better. And in the same way, we shouldn't just take what we're used to visibly and just reevaluate it and say, well, just do that. But like, no, that's lazy. You know, there's probably a more efficient, ideal way of doing crafting. And now that I think about it, I'm literally just said user selects, didn't I? So I mean, we have visual elements. It doesn't, you know, we'll have all that, but like it's for accessibility, right? Like, that's the priority. That's not a afterthought. So I think the flow should have that priority in mind. And plus, if it's more accessible, it's likely going to be a lot easier for a lot of people to use. You know, like you don't just have to be. It's not like it's like, oh well, this UI isn't working. It's like, no. If it's got good flow and the controls are easy, like, that's just a human thing, right? So it should be fine for anybody. I say that. I hope that. I feel like that is ideal. I think that makes sense to me. But that being said, fuck. I don't know. Hey, there's really something. The inventory's smaller. Yes. Oh, it's that fucking margin container. Yeah. Okay. Oh, that one's not so bad. So margin to the left. To the left. 64, 64, 64. And now we've got ourselves a bit of a pickle. You're all gonna have a smaller minimum. Yep, cool. All right. Let's go. Cool. That's good. Yeah, that's good. Yo, this music's fucking slapping. I didn't even realize. Oh, snap. Oh, okay. Yeah, see that? I think that's a good layout. It makes a little face. Oh, oh, oh shit. Oh. Anyway, all right, enough fucking around. We're gonna, yeah. So it's like that weird thing of like, okay, but if that's the case, then what am I actually making here? Because I don't think this is sufficient. So the input should probably be some kind of expandable list that scrolls horizontally if need be. And then the output should be perhaps its own list that you also scroll through, maybe to the left and to the right. And that way you can see all the outputs or scan through them if you can't see. And then you can easily just like go through them and then, yeah. I wonder what kind of feedback we'd give. Maybe just something, maybe something a little straightforward, like just be like, I need 3 more sticks. I need 3 more stone for this. I have to have 4 more stone for this to be complete. That feels so lame. Okay. Yeah, I think the crafting is going to work. The crafting will work. Okay. Let's test all this. Test crafting. I don't know why. Part of my brain is like, that's not how that's spelled. But it is. It is how it's spelled. What the hell, brain? Can Converslayer.
Ja, verloren. Nee. Yeah. Right here on the canvas layer, so we keep track with the viewport. Maintains position in world space. Wait, what? Follow viewport. Shouldn't follow viewport be true for it to... You know what? I'm not going to ask questions. Only God knows the answer to that. The answer is no. The answer is... Fuck you. Alright, so the crafting UI is going to have an export. We're going to be able to store the crafter, which is a specific type. And on ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'll have this button here. Oh, whoop, 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 whoop. The button pressing will commence the crafting. Why don't we write that down? The button pressing will commence the crafting. I didn't even think about this, but I wonder if we're going to have it like timed. Timed to Instacraft. If it's a multiplayer, we might have it timed so you can like start. No, actually, shouldn't you be there crafting it? All these little things, all these little mechanics. We'll probably just make it instant, of course, to start off. Like the mac and cheese. Function. Handle. No, I don't need that. What I do need... I need something that just says... Huh. I just realized this should be called BTN Craft. And when it's crafting, it'll say on BTN Craft Pressed. And that way it actually makes sense and it isn't just button. Don't call it just button. So we'll say if crafter. Ooh, this is what we need for these. Yes. Here you go. Yeah, texture Rex, even though this should be like a type that returns like a value that isn't just texture. You gotta learn by doing, you know. You start plugging away and then you're like, wait a minute. None of this makes sense. Yeah. So the output should store what's craftable, and then yeah, we should just have an expandable list of inputs. Well, anyway, if we can craft, let's say do craft. Do it. Yeah, do a craft if you can. If crafter can craft, craft. Do a craft. And that's it. Probably something to let the game know so we can return it to our inventory also. So we're gonna have a signal item. Let's see. We'll just say crafted And it'll be a craftable. Yes, because there's craftables too. Because I couldn't just make normal items like a sane person. I had to do something amazing. Notify inventory. Crafted. Emit. Output dot craftable. Yeah. Another craftable. And say output craftable. So, what does the crafter take again? It's a dictionary of items. Oh, yeah. So we don't just need the crafter, we need the inventory as well. Okay, so the export var inventory. Cool. What is it called? Items. Yes. So that's what we actually this is just a function now, isn't it? All right. Yeah, we're gonna do a craft. Something. And SMUMTHIN something. It will craft something and ooh, no. Remove inputs from inventory because we're done with them. So remove. Output, let's see here. For input in output dot craftable inputs. And then we're going to destroy. Yeah. What? Yeah. Inputs. Actually, is it? Oh, not just inputs. Inputs keys. Let's say input item, and then inventory. Inventory. Remove input item and then output craftable dot inputs input item. Yes, that's good. So we remove the yep, and then add new craftable. Fuck. A pickle. The inventory has items. An item is a thing with stuff on it, and the craftables are things you can make. And they have inputs of items. But shouldn't the items just say whether or not they are craftable, and if they are, they have the list of inputs? I want to put a pause in this because A, it's getting late and I need to go to bed. B, excuse me, pardon me. B, it's getting late and I need to go to bed. And also, I need to reevaluate these types. Because I don't want to get myself fucked so early on. Because it's like, what do we do with the craftable? Oh, we put our inventory? Our inventory has items. And this is a craftable, which doesn't even inherit. But it could. It could inherit. Yes. Could it? Could that be a good idea? It depends on any of our craftables are going to be like extra craftable. Are we going to craft the craftables, you know? Are we going to have a thing where you can craft upon the craft upon the craft? Or is it just like you can make this, by the way, you can put this in your inventory because it's like an item. What if crafting was like a recipe and items were could be craftable if they have a I hate this place. All right, I gotta go back to the drawing board on this and give it some time. I want something very simple. I don't want anything overcomplicated. But like, I need to make sure I'm doing something that is adequate and not overdoing it. In the meantime, and you're gonna go there, and you're gonna go there, and you're gonna go with the crafting UI. You need to have a function called crafted, and oh, really? Oh, I don't care that that's not being used. I know it's not being used, you dingus. I'm the one who made it. Yeah, inventory and crafter. Now, these are why I have separate systems, because this just keeps track of data, and the UI is stuff you can fiddle around with. Fiddle? Fuck. All caps. But shouldn't this be an item too? To inventory. And then notify the inventory? I wouldn't need to notify anything if I was in the inventory. So we don't need to have this function if we're gonna, yeah. So we don't need a signal after all, and the test can have this function removed after all. And this doesn't have it here anymore. Cool. Yeah. I need to give more thought on those types. I know it seems simple, but it's some really critical shit. And if you fuck this up early, it becomes a nightmare to undo because you have to redo all your resources and shit. So I'm going to give it some more thought. We just started. We have a whole month. And right now, we're going to welcome back Snow Patrol. I'm kidding. We're going to play... Hey, thanks for watching if you watched. And if you didn't, why? I'm just kidding. We're going to raid Moon Bitch. And that's it. That was the stream. So I've got so many fun ideas I really want to do. But I got to like consider my budget and my time and still settling in. So I'm going to raid now. Yes. Oh, look, someone followed me. Well, what do you know? Yes, I spelled that correctly. All right. If you have not participated in... I was going to make like a joke by saying random shit, but... Can I not raid? Yo, I'm unable to. Really? Start raid. We're unable to raid Moon Bitch. Well. Is this a bad time? Whoops. Well. Can I raid Vinny Vine Sauce? Yeah, I'm sure he's open to that. Is this...
All can, like, work with me to set it up. Just basically...
Well, I was gonna raid this person, but I just can't. Nuts. They're talking about some kind of subathon thingy. We'll raid Squid Ink. I guess we can raid. Yeah, I've watched this guy's videos. All right, we're gonna raid another programmer, gamer person, and you're going to enjoy it. Adam, yeah. All right, if you weren't at the county fair cookout this weekend, I'm gonna find you. I'm going to dip your socks in mayonnaise and set you on fire.